And check in with Yahoo Finance's Alexis Keenan. She's in Boston, Massachusetts. She actually is an expert. She is at a cannabis conference. Alexis, over to you.
Hey, Jackie. Yeah, we're here in Boston, Massachusetts, one of the most recent states to allow recreational sales, and also proving that cannabis, recreational cannabis, not just a Western states phenomenon. And I'm joined by somebody who knows that very well. This is the CEO of Cresco Labs. Charlie Bechtel joins me now, and welcome.
Hi, Alexis. Thanks for having me.
So Charlie, you focus on the medical marijuana industry. Why is your company so focused there right now? And with some of the flat numbers that we're seeing in the medical side in Colorado and some contraction in those markets on the medical side, why are you staying so positive there in that space?
Yeah, I think a good point of clarification is we're really focused on highly regulated markets, not so much on medical versus adult use. We participate in Nevada, we're licensed in California as well, so we appreciate adult use markets as well. Regulatory structure is first and foremost for us.
Now, you're part of a transition team for Governor Pritzker. Tell me about that. What is going on? What's next for Illinois?
Yeah, perfect example. So Illinois itself is sort of maturing and graduating from just being a medically focused program to an adoption of an adult use law. And truthfully, it was an honor to be asked by the new administration to be part of his transition team that was going to deal with the issue of the adult use law and provide the operator's perspective. So it's been incredibly rewarding, for myself, and I think I've added value to the committee. And again, providing that perspective from the operator as we work through the restorative justice and the social equity components that need to be a part of that future law in the state of Illinois.
Now, your company and you are also part of looking at the opioid epidemic and using medical cannabis as an alternative to opioids. How big of a market do you see that becoming?
I think it's a large market. Most importantly, it's an important market. So one of the things that we dealt with in Illinois was a very highly regulated, compliance-focused medical program that did not include a general pain indication as one of the qualifying conditions. And so what that did is it unfortunately excluded a lot of very appropriate patients from getting the benefit of access to medical cannabis in Illinois because there was no qualifying condition that they could utilize to use medical cannabis for pain management purposes as opposed to opiates. So we worked with the administration, the prior administration, over the last 24 months to really create a new law that utilizing data that was coming out a lot of existing markets showing this correlation between greater access to cannabis and reduced opiate abuse in those markets to get them to pass legislation that said while general pain might not be a qualifying condition for Illinois, if you have any condition that would be prescribed an opiate, that in and of itself will qualify you for participation in the market. So from a market size standpoint, it's material, but most importantly, it's critically important that those patients have access to cannabis instead of opiates.
One more thing that you're very focused on is the science behind this and how consumers can know what the exact thing is that they're getting when they purchase cannabis, CBD. How is your company making strides in that area?
Yeah, so if cannabis is a consumer packaged good, which it is, keys to the CPG industry are consistency, reliability, and availability. So creating that product that's the same or as close to the same time after time after time so a customer can rely on that experience, that it could be repeatable, is critical. So from the very beginning, through hiring practices and making sure that we had the best professionals from traditional industries with the appropriate science backgrounds to know how to do the chemistry and the formulation to create repeatable, dosable products, and then the standard operating procedures to be able to do that in state after state after state. It's the foundation of that Cresco Labs is built on.
Charlie Bechtel, thank you so much for being here.
Alexis, thank you.
Jackie?